Hey guys, it's Lauren. I am back on my second channel finally. I need to be more consistent on here, guys. I'm sorry. I got the whole squad here today because I'm gonna be answering some of your guys' questions. I put up an Instagram story and the questions came in so quick. Like, I was impressed. Okay, like Choco Cat is kind of scaring me. I don't know. How is life? I hope you're enjoying your new apartment and I wish nothing goes wrong. Thank you for the well wishes, although now I'm scared something is gonna go wrong. Knock on wood. But life is great. I am enjoying everything so much, including the apartment. If you don't know, I recently just moved to Manhattan, New York City. I can't drive, I don't have a license. I'm putting myself on blast with this, but like, it's weirder if I actively try to keep it a secret and can't integrate it into everyday conversation. It started with me just being bad, but then through like instructors and stuff, I was just discouraged. And then it became like a fear and anxiety. So finally being in a walkable city, because I'm from the suburbs of Jersey, it's great, it's incredible. I've probably socialized more in this past week than I have in the past like 2 months, okay? But this isn't just so I can like dilly-dally and have fun here. I wanna be able to attend more in-person opportunities, network more, and just go further with all of this because I have so many big ideas. And in the past, I would be like, girl, you're delusional. That's crazy, it's not happening. But I would have said the same thing about having almost 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and look at where I'm at now. Speaking of, can we expect merch anytime soon? A recurring thing you might see as I talk more about myself on this channel is, how do I put this nicely? My lack of faith in myself. That sounds bad, but like, I do things even if it makes me uncomfortable. So like the idea of merch, for example, whether it flops, people don't like it, I'm criticized just for releasing merch. In the past, that would have been enough to sway me against it, but I also think I just have better ideas now of what I would want for merch. But speaking of, comment down below like what you would be personally looking for in merchandise. What other music than K-pop do you listen to? Like, the thing is, I've never had good or consistent music taste. I feel like before K-pop, it was a lot of rap and like, I don't know, early 2000s hits that are like reminiscent of my childhood. Like, I love Rihanna. All of those random songs that would just be really popular in the 2010s. Like Me and My Broken Heart. Guys, like, why? This just sounds like NPC as fuck. Like, I don't know, I liked the radio in the 2010s. How did you get through uni? Also, please post more vlogs. I loved your Tokyo and Hypen one. Thank you. Honestly, was I the person that did all the readings, that got all A's, that showed up to every single class? No, absolutely not. Like, not by a long shot. I'm not encouraging you to like do the same. I probably should have been a little bit more consistent with it, but I low-key just wanted to like float by. In terms of managing it with the editing stuff, like, I don't know, I would kind of do like a mix of the two, like switch between the homework and the editing. But the edits I would do over the course of a couple of days versus like assignments day by day, so it wasn't that bad. But like, I'm really racking my brain here, and I don't know, guys. I think I was so happy to be free from ever having to do school again that the minute I graduated, my brain like reset and just rid me of any memories of being a student. So you'll get through it. Love you. What have you been up to since you graduated? Well, I traveled to Japan, which was insane. I traveled to Chicago for Lollapalooza. I traveled to California for VidCon. This is all out of order, by the way. I went to Texas for TXT. I saw Hypen. I saw La Seraphim in New York. I went to Costa Rica for a family wedding. Like, it was so fun. I did 1,000,001 things. But now what I'm working on is refining, not even really refining actually, starting my short form content and what I really want that to look like. Because in the past, I would just take my long form, put it into a vertical format and post that. But I want to figure out what really works on TikTok and Reels, but also things that I'm like deeply interested in. This sounds oddly specific, but like, hear me out. I love Disney and Nick shows. Actually, no, I'll say Nickelodeon shows, like Nickelodeon outsells. But I feel like when I watch anything now, my brain is like fine-tuned to notice anything that's a little bit more editing heavy. So example, how can I mix short form skit comedy content and replicate or emulate something that Nick used to do, Disney used to do? My whole thing was built on fandom, so I just love referencing things. Like, I love pop culture, if that wasn't obvious, but I've been saying this, I just want to make editing more mainstream. And like, obviously the tutorial content is great, but it's been most effective with people who have already gone a start to editing. So I'm like, what better way to segue people into editing other than by showing them, hey, here's what you can do. Here's a palatable way to see it. Now come learn. Okay, my favorite K-pop groups right now and biases from each one. Hypen, Hee-sung, TXT, Huening-kai, that's obvious. La Seraphim, Chaewon, Islet, and I think I'm gonna say Mocha. I really like Cortis's music, but I haven't really gotten into them, so I need to check back in on that. And hearts to hearts, but again, haven't really gotten into the members. Also, I know this isn't K-pop, but people will ask anyway about cat's eye bias relating to this question. Danny and Lara, where do you get most of your outfits from? So in terms of like physically going to a store and buying stuff, like Urban Outfitters, PacSun, Brandy, Aritzia occasionally, Zoomies is a big one I've gotten into recently. In terms of brands, I love Affliction, Converse, UGG. Weirdest perk of having such a big audience. This is a good one. Specifically when I went to Enhype and walked the line in August, people who recognized me and had freebies to give out, they would just like know right away that Heesung was my bias. So like I would always get my bias, but they would give me like a ton of freebies, or like if they made like keychains or phone charms, they would give me the nicest one. And I was just like, thank you so much. I need to make freebies next time. I always feel bad when I give and don't, or when I take and don't give. Give and take it. Are you in debt from going to Brown? Like, no. What is your motivation? How do you continue editing even though you've been doing it for years? Literally just always wanting to get better. Like, I know I haven't reached my peak yet. If you think you've reached your peak, you haven't. You can always be better. I don't say this in like a bad way. I say this in like a shoot for the stars baby girl type way. I like this question. What's the weirdest thing that's ever inspired an edit idea? I think I made a TikTok about this once, but one time I had a dream that I made a transition with like cinnamon toast crunch, like Cinnadust powder. Mind you, I'd never had this in my life. I made a 3D transition where it like sprinkled out, and I'm like, even if I could execute that, why the fuck would I want to? Like, and when I posted about that, people were like, wait, like that would be cool, like I'm hearing you out. And I'm like, guys, like please, sometimes I have misses, and that was a miss. But in terms of ideas I've generated while conscious, like low-key really anything, and it's stupid. Like I'm looking over there at like my Trader Joe's paper bag from earlier, and I'm like, I can make a 3D shopping bag. You know, the possibilities are endless, but not all of them need to be explored. So favorite YouTuber, I'm not as into YouTube now, but when I was peak into YouTube, my favorite YouTuber was always Tana Mojo. I was just rewatching her old story times the other day. Her delivery is just like impeccable. It's timeless. I think my favorite story times are the salvia or the fucked by toothbrush. Why did you choose Brown? It was the best school that I got into, and in the Northeast, like close-ish to my house. I keep getting this question, what do you work or would like to work in? I do this for work. What's the most you spend on K-pop merch? On one single item, it's always anything that I buy at the concert. Holy shit, it's so expensive. I think recently I bought like a $100-something hoodie from the TXT concert. It came with photo cards, but like, no, I can't justify it. Girl, I don't even know right now, don't piss me off. Okay, think harder and return later. How many exes do you have? One technically, but like it truly barely counts. You could ask anyone, it does not count. You know who you are. Is it better to have your own apartment now? Yes. Individuality, freedom. I can watch whatever, whenever, at whatever volume. And I always get the part of the couch that like extends out. I don't have to like sit crisscross. Go-to snack, graham crackers, period. Like it's been like this for a while, guys. It's so bad. Favorite past fandom you've been in? Oh, so many fandoms are just like generally messy because like fandom culture, no, like Twitter culture, I'll say. But I guess in terms of fandom experience, it was really fun standing The Fault in Our Stars and Divergent because like that was when the movies were coming out. Like it was such a big thing to go in and like everyone was in theaters and it was like unproblematic. I say this as if I wasn't like 13. Like if it was problematic back then we are raising monsters. Uni advice for a first year. Keep a good head on your shoulders. Okay, my biggest piece of advice that a lot of people might not agree with is that you don't have to do the most. Like, I mean, maybe I'm not one to talk, it depends on your major, but like people who are in the library every single night, 3, 4 a.m., it's like you're torturing yourself. Perhaps it is necessary, but it's like my philosophy is if I'm getting to that point where I'm just like breaking, then maybe this is not for me. Obviously, I'm not gonna give up at everything, but it's like, dude, if you have to do this much to accomplish that, like maybe it's not worth it. Like for a lot of people, they see like changing their majors or just switching paths as the end of the world, and I don't think you should see it like that. There are so many things you could possibly do, so many majors you could take. On a day-to-day basis, don't go crazy and overwork yourself. Like I low-key never did homework past 11 p.m. unless it was like necessary, like submitting an assignment before midnight type shit. We all been there. But just as much as getting good grades is important, having a manageable and healthy schedule also is. And then generally in life, in your path, if you're feeling overwhelmed dumb or misdirected. Give yourself that grace to fail. I used to feel a lot of shame about it at first, but now I don't, because making those decisions is only going to benefit your future self. So put your pride aside for 2 seconds and do what is best for you. Okay guys, that is all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for sending in questions. A lot of you guys were also asking when I'm bringing my podcast back, and I'm actually gonna bring it back to this channel. I feel like this channel is more fitting for a podcast rather than having it on my main. So Beyond the Effects will be coming back, and I will also be doing a visual. It won't just be audio, so look forward to that. But anyways, me and Choco Cat say goodbye, even though his big ass eyes are scary, but so are mine, so that's why we get along so well. I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you are, and bye.